Just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll run. It's Lindsay. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
To throw, Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout call. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. 2nd-year punter Colby Wadman out there now for the Broncos. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Cousins. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed. Always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use it for the shot.
Cook strip, the ball's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Try to get it to Landry there, and it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Throwing is Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determine that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. So not quite out of danger just yet. Still backed up a bit, but only need a few inches here on 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Bridgewater. He completes this to Sutton. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater. And he slings one that's incomplete. Jeff Hireman, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Now Bridgewater. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he's got this down to the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Bridgewater. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Theo Riddick there. But now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Bridgewater to throw it. And that will be incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone.
He's checking crap. Tight up, tight up, tight up.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. And McManus able to put it through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. Well, the drive started the shadow of their own goalpost all the way back at the 2. Pretty nice job of getting downfield and at least getting 3.
Agreed on that one. A real nice job because really their goal was to get out of the shadows of those goalposts and give themselves a little bit of room to help out their defense. Instead, they got 3 points out of it.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A reminder that coming up later tonight, a good one on Sunday Night Football. We'll see what could have been a playoff matchup a season ago. The Bears and the Rams from L.A. And then tomorrow night, Monday Night Football from down in Mexico. Mexico City, to be precise. The Chiefs and the Chargers going at it. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Jerome Baker there on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a run with Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Cousins on target to Diggs. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Bridgewater. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Sutton is part of a good young receiving core for the Broncos. They liked Sutton enough last year. They traded away Demaryius Thomas, if you remember, halfway through the season. And Sutton, he responded. Rookie campaign, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Bridgewater. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
First down, Bridgewater. They'll find Lindsey here. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he's got Hireman. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
This quarterback now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Tackle made by Everson Griffin. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Bridgewater. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Oh, the Pro Bowler Landry couldn't hang on. And now it's 3rd down.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8.
Check 55, Mike.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Go! Under 10, under 10, 10. Back, back, back.
They'll try to run with Lindsay, and this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. Bridgewater now. He's got this complete to Hamilton. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's fourth and goal.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Lets it fly for Treadwell. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 79 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I said just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And he's got the hook up to Landry. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing again on second down. Bridgewater. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Reddick with a carry. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one. To throw, Bridgewater. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Danielle Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Flushed out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing, Bridgewater. Screen pass to Lindsey. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to our... And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out. To the 25-yard line. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's third down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still, no yardage. Okay.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Everson Griffin able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They run it again with Cook. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Going to run with Madison again. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Throwing, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with Madison. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Cousins. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. As his guys are able to pull a bit closer. Cousins. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go. The ball ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll go again with Lindsey. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already. And they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
On third down, Bridgewater. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
The one with the dive look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Well, the Broncos had 15 fourth down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Daniil Hunter and the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Boy, sitting on a 2-score lead at this stage in the game. That punter, he must be pretty lonely over there on the sideline thinking, why in the world was my number not called there?
As far as he's concerned, the check will still cash, right? It is your choice not to use me in this situation. But I also look at it this way. You know, some coaches are more aggressive than others. They just want to take care of the football, have the ball on offense, and go at it that way. So a very interesting call, but he wants to take care of the ball himself.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On second down, this is Madison. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the number 1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. A throw taken in by Hamilton. And the ball is knocked out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
12 yards there, first down Vikings. Cousins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Madison running on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kyle Rudolph with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
Kicker, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Getting set to go again here, Teddy Bridgewater coming back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And his crew will take over with a Ball at the 35-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. From the 30 on second down, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. He's going to take a shot for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw, Cousins. And his throw here's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it's third down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Bailey's kick is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this fourth quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great fourth quarter.
Getting set to go here, Teddy Bridgewater and company marches back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
From the 29, Bridgewater looking left side. That's caught by Landry. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Landry again the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Bridgewater. He finds Riddick complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. To the air again with Bridgewater. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Holding offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Finds us, and it's a fumble, and the Vikings pick up the football. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over.
Out, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Todd Davis, the Broncos' leading tackler last year, up to make the stop. Another carry now for Madison, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerome Baker in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking scheme. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
This one quickly into the hands of Landry. And he'll be out right at the 35. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
It's a big play there for the Broncos. 62 yards.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Bridgewater under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ben Gideon in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On 2nd and goal, Bridgewater. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Deshaun Hamilton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. McManus's point after is good. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Cousins on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerome Baker has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Cousins, and Rudolph has it, the tight end. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerome Baker in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at FedEx Field. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. He's back to throw. And this one to Treadwell, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets in. Enemy territory.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Now Cousins on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Bridgewater to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Able to shake him off. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Bridgewater. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Elsewhere, a 4th quarter score now from Tampa. And the Saints have scored again, enjoying a comfortable cushion. If they hold on, it would be win number 10 for them on the year. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Kirk Cousins in the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. 37 seconds to go. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 8. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And fights through 1 man. Sheds a second. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Jarvis Landry, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now McManus for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. That's caught by Treadwell. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. One last shot now for Cousins. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Broncos, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the losses continue to mount as they drop to 0-11 on the year.